Well, as I said, we'll get ready to head out. I do want to share one thing with you. I've been talking about it back and forth, and it's been kind of an odd thing, just to be fully honest with you. I want to share with you about this real quick. You might have seen the poster out here in the foyer. There has been a project that we've been working on without knowing that we're working on it for about a year. And I want to share with you the story because it's actually pretty darn cool. The TSF Gathering Grounds Project, which, by the way, is so long in place that I came up with that name this week. But this is what I want to talk to you about, and we're talking about just making the outside more relational like the inside of our church is for people that are in need. And I'm going to just share a brief story with you, and some of it you've heard, but I just want to bring it into place. We about a year ago, we really felt, and when I say we, the elders, really felt God was calling us to buy that shed. And at the time, we had no clue why, and that's not something that we normally feel. It was not easy to buy the shed. It was a heck of a faith step. It dumped half of our outreach fund and half of our Stephen fund to buy the shed straight out. And the elders felt we should buy it straight out instead of doing payments. But we didn't know why, but we knew it was going to be in those two areas. And we all agreed, that, okay, we'll move forward in this, but here's the thing, it's the elders' challenge to find out what it's for, okay? And so we took on, we prayed, and we looked at different options and stuff. And as you most likely know, the shed is over there now. It's got electric thanks to Mike. It's got the AC with Michael taking and working with that. And as you can see in that bottom picture, it even has the sign on it now. But it's up and running, the shelves. The lady's been doing a great job with it. And there's been several great testimonies coming out of the cleaning shed, especially with partnering with the Hang Up, which is the clothing ministry that they do. And so we thought, okay, there. Woo, yay. Okay. So then it became that there's been a goal for a long time to put this fence up over here. So you guys know all about the fence. Took a little longer than we expected. We raised all the money for the fence, the poster up. It should be finished this week if all goes well, and so it can weather over the season. And then and this is also, both of those are after the playground equipment that's out there that we replaced last year as well, which is a fundraiser and you guys came out big on. And so it just kept building on top of itself, what we want to do with the outside. And I shared with you when we did the trunk or treat, like the playground was just night and day, having not 3 or 4 things that people donated to us because they were old and crinkly and they didn't want it in the house anymore, but to actually have good playground equipment that really that the kids can play on made a difference. So we keep seeing this relational aspect of things growing. And so just really started praying over it. And these here is a collection of pictures. I'm going to give you a better look at them here in a second, of some are actual photos, most of them are mock-ups that between Mike and I and ChatGPT, I think you use some stuff at your office too, but to give an idea of what we're heading towards and what the next projects are and why it's important to us. So anyways, so there's the cabin. But you guys already see that. It's already out there. It's doing great. A woodpecker went to it, going to smack it, little thing. Put out some fake owls, it went away. The fence you're aware of, okay? It's coming up, posted up, and everything's good there. Sweet, ready to go. We wanted to, and again, this is a mock-up, take and bring more activity outside of our church. And so you might have noticed when you came in, there's a soccer goal out there. It's late in the season. We're not going to put the net on until next year. We've got the, what are those things called? Cornhole? Okay. We have 2 sets of those. We've got horseshoes. We've got some other things that are going out there. We've had big, long talks about the kids. If you take it out of the game bin, which is out here in front of the thing, you got to put it back and put in the fear of God into them on that. The checker thing is something GPT came up with. Throwing the thing, ChatGPT, and that cross that makes no sense in the middle, ChatGPT. It will make sense in a second, but it just looks like somebody's got this little 2-foot cross game going. Yes. Yes, playground cemetery, that's right. That is where the last kid who didn't put the ball is now. If he didn't put the ball away, it's a threat. We have put about $500 already into stuff, and we've got probably about another $500, $600 coming out in the spring of things to, not just for the kids, but for church. We have had years that we have lost that was outside that we need to get back to. Cookouts, the whole 9 yards. The cross is there because of this cross that you can barely see from where you're at. Now, again, Chappie TT. Back in the back corner is this little lift. It's like a little natural amphitheater stage type thing that I've always had a dream of when we do outdoor services, which we've not done in eons, to be able to use. I would love to have a cross back there, and I would like to have a matching cross. We used to have it up by the road, and we would like to get that back up as well. So that's part of that vision for next spring. This is just representative. We have a concrete block campfire ring back there that we want to get rid of and put in an actual campfire ring that you guys can use anytime that you want to, or that we can use as a church. If you actually have an eagle eye, there's a little campfire ring right in front of the cabin right now. We just, Mike and Michael went and picked that up for me from TSE. That's going to be in place. So it's actually over there right now. But as far as getting stone down and cleaning all that up, so we can have campfires again. This is what happens when Mike says, "Hey, ChatGPT, put a front porch back on the church." For those who've been around forever, you remember the front porches we had right there. When that speaker is over, that was all front porch. That blue room was front porch. This was front porch. We had chairs out, and people would stay forever. People would hang out. People would come out in the middle of the week, sit out there, watch the rain, take a. We lost all that because we had to fill it in just to have space for our Sunday morning services. I want that back. And so Michael's done the work to figure out what it costs supply-wise, but adding a porch on this area out, back again. And so Mike said, put on a front porch and make it look like what's like Tennessee or Smoky Mountains or whatnot. So we don't have it in the plans to change all the roof tiles or all the siding or to change the color of the fence comes in, but it sure does look good. But the front porch that you see along the gathering room is very much next step, and next step is a gazebo that's going to be out by the playground. There's two different gazebos we're looking at. It depends on the finances. We have that right there is about $3,500. What I'd like to have is like an octagon one that would fit more families, so like adults can visit while their kids are playing. That's about $7,000. So we really come into where this is. Michael, I know what you gave me, but I put extra in for a reason. This is about $7,000. That's about $7,000. So about $14,000 for those two. Not looking at fundraiser for this or for these. So we're looking somewhere around $14,000 or $15,000 to do those next steps. So here's the reason why I'm telling you all this. I am not a fundraiser, nor do I care to spend a lot of time on fundraising. It's just going to be constantly open. No special offerings. I'll constantly open. And there's a reminder back there. We'll put it in the announcements. If you want to give towards this project, put it in the offering, mark it for building fund. Do it online, put it for building fund. And then when we get to the spring, we'll see where we're at, and then we'll decide from there how it's going to happen. There is the worst case scenario. We don't do debt here except for mortgage. We could do a line of credit if we feel that the benefits of the community relational aspect of that is worth it. That is something that elders can consider, but we just want to open up and see what we and God does. And then we'll look at it again in the spring. Does that make sense?